The Battlefront Network, giving you your daily dose of Battlefront content.
Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Tom and you're watching the Battlefront Network today. Thank you for tuning in. So we've just got some news finally on the new game mode installs Battlefront Drop Zone, and it's quite similar to a King of the Hill style experience, and the objective of the game mode centers on drop pods falling through the atmosphere onto the planet's surface in tight 8 vs 8 matches where Rebel and Empire teams fight to capture and control these pods. When you locate a drop pod's landing site, make your way to it and trigger the short claim process. Your team will win if it captures 5 pods, or control the majority of them after the 10-minute match is up. If a pod is constantly changing possession with no team able to defend it long enough to claim it, another pod will be sent down to break the stalemate. Then there will be 2 pods that the teams have to gain control over. So basically, these pods are going to be dropping from the sky onto the floor below where you are, and your team's objective is to go to those pods and make your way to them and actually capture them through claiming them in like a short timer, and then that becomes yours. And apart from making these decisions, there are other ways to master Drop Zone. For instance, using the droids and turrets in your arsenal can be an excellent strategic move. Of course, we heard about these droids and turrets and the different things you can use a few weeks ago in the Blast game mode, where you can use them on that game mode as well. And since it's somewhat hard to predict which areas you'll be defending, makeshift defences like these are great to deploy. Throw down a turret and give your partner a shout that you've got this section covered, or deploy a Viper droid that outlines where enemies are coming from. So we've got some news of the type of droid you can use, and that one there is a Viper droid. So of course we'll get maybe some images on that in a few weeks, or of course when the beta is actually released and we can play Drop Zone, we'll be able to see what that looks like and what we can use it with. And it actually says here, whether you'll be playing Drop Zone on Tatooine, Hoth, Sullust or Endor, a ton of work has been put into map design from a gameplay perspective, fine-tuning key locations in order to make the matches as entertaining and interesting as possible. So it confirms there that Drop Zone will be available on Tatooine, Hoth, Sullust or Endor. No word yet on whether this will be available on the Jakku DLC maps, but of course we'll get some more news on that at a later date. And it also says, playing Drop Zone on the Swamp Crash site on Endor is a personal favourite. The map has a couple of nice choke points, but is overall very free-flowing and hectic, as enemies can attack from anywhere on that level, says Bramville. The fight takes place around a crashed GR-75 transport ship with containers from the craft strewn across the landscape, and there's one section with a waterfall overlooked by an Ewok village, where you have to jump down into the pool below in order to claim the pod, hoping no one's hiding in the trees above waiting to pick you off. Drop Zone is all about action and quick thinking, forcing Rebels and Imperial troops to always be on their feet. Though captured pods need to be defended, static players standing in a cluster too close to their pod always run the risk of being hit by explosives or a well-placed orbital strike. So this game mode sounds amazing and I can't wait to play this. It just sounds awesome. And I think it's really needed for Battlefront because I think it will really spice the game up, and it's just a really cool game mode. So please tell me in the comment section below what you think of this game mode, and will you be playing this quite often if you're on the game. And of course this is in the beta, so if you are going to be on the beta or whatever platform you're using, will you be playing this game mode? Because I sure will. So the news revealed today by EA is that this new Drop Zone game mode is a King of the Hill style experience. It's 8 vs 8, and of course it will include the Rebel and the Empire as teams, fighting to capture and control pods that drop from the atmosphere onto the ground below, and your objective as a team is to capture those pods, and if you capture 5, your team wins, or if you control the majority of them after the 10-minute match is up, you will win. But of course, if you actually try and capture these, or you do capture them, you will get the power pickups, and of course you can use those to try and turn the tide of battle, and you can also use your arsenal, for example droids and turrets, to try and turn that as well. So that's awesome, it sounds brilliant, and the maps available for Drop Zone is Tatooine, well the planets, Tatooine, Hoth, Sullust or Endor. And we've also got the confirmation of, or the reveal of the first map, basically, in the game, and it's called Crash Site, well, Swamp Crash Site, and it's on Endor. So that's awesome, I can't wait to play that. And it talks about verticality and actually having to jump down into a pool to claim the pod. So There's lots of verticality there, and of course the Ewok village in Endor is going to be awesome to be able to fight around, and hopefully there are some Ewoks running around and you can, interact with them. That'll be awesome, just like on Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 1. That'll be amazing, and it's just a shame you can't play as an Ewok. That'll be amazing. But please tell me in the comment section below what you think of this game mode. To me, it sounds awesome, really fast-paced, and lots of action going on, and it's just going to be really hectic. And the new picture we've actually had for it, showing the female rebel actually shooting at some stormtroopers, and then the drop pod, obviously actually capturing that, and the drop pod falling from the sky, and the Mon Calamari cruiser in the distance looks amazing. Thanks for watching. I've been Tom, and until next time, goodbye.